live.
Hey!
Hey, alright.
Let's see if I can share this properly this time. You guys see the game?
Oh.
It kept fucking bumping the list every time I tried to click on the stream channel and someone else joined.
Also, that was a test to see if the inner monologue was working.
Oh yeah, I did. I believe it sounded echoey.
I didn't hear you, but I think I heard someone think.
Oh no, they're reading my thoughts. Shit.
Then Pearl opens up the filing cabinet in Phoenix's head. Ooh, I wonder what this is.
There's nothing in there.
It's the rainbow
No,
file. Don't touch that, Pearl.
Oh gosh. Okay, there's this. And over here on Twitter.
Okay, there we go.
Gotta open all the spreadsheets and junk. The problem is every time I open the spreadsheet on my phone, it like refreshes it to the front page, and I'm like, God, there's so many here. Which one did I have to click on again? I have to sit there for a second and like figure out which one I was.
You have to click on all of them.
That's usually what ends up happening.
An Excel spreadsheet on your phone. I tried like twice and said, screw
Yeah.
this.
It's not ideal, but I used to have it open on its own separate screen back when I was living at home, and since I moved out, I sacrificed my television for our living room, so I don't have a second screen anymore. And so ever since, I've just been doing the spreadsheet on my phone, and it's not ideal, but it gets us through.
You've sacrificed so much for us.
I have. Well, more for Elizabeth, but, you know, whatever works. Hello, Floor. How are you?
Any wacky moments this week from anyone?
No.
I got a girlfriend, I guess.
Hey, congrats, Astrid.
Yeah, you can probably tell from the cringe matching profile picture.
The
Oh.
cringe compilation.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it is not cringe.
opposite of that.
That is cringe.
Astrid, I'll kick anybody's ass who calls matching icons cringe.
Amen.
Well,
Like,
I'm calling it cringe, and I'm the one doing it.
You're always prepared to have your ass kicked.
The things we
my own
do, the things we do for love.
Oh yeah.
We're talking shit about my friend, Astrid.
Hello, JJ Rocker. No way, Ariane Astrid. Oh my God, Ariane Astrid has a fan in the chat. Hello, JJ Rocker.
I guess my wacky moment is I
have
was
a
teaching
lot of
middle
fans.
school for the past 2 weeks.
Ooh, the last 2 weeks of school.
I have
Yeah,
one
I learned
fan.
the term cap'n.
Cap'n?
Oh,
Cap'n
yeah.
Crunch. Like cap'n,
Oh.
Like to lie.
Like the Animal Crossing character?
No.
Hi, Fatal. Thank you
Oh.
so much for the resub. My God, 10 months, currently an 8-month streak. Wow, that's
What?
a hot minute.
I can't even count that high.
Me either. I barely have the right digits for that.
And then, so the classroom had a pet rabbit, and the pet rabbit had to go in to be neutered. And the kids were like, well, where is he? Where'd he go? And I'm like, oh, well, he had surgery today. Oh my gosh, is he okay? Yeah, he just went to get neutered. And they're like, what's that?
Oh no.
I said, oh, it's making
Oh.
a male unable to reproduce. One kid, oh my God, they chopped off his balls. And that was the moment I'm like, I cannot laugh here. I have to be this serious. I can't show weakness here because they'll know.
Oh
I'm just
no.
Yes, they did.
I'm proud of you, Ree, for staying strong in the face of that
And then
uncertainty.
I would
the
have not been able to
teacher
do
got them in a
that.
jar, and now the jar hangs out on her desk.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Wait,
Makes
what?
things be like, yeah, you can get them in a jar because it's a science classroom.
Oh, it's a science class.
Oh, okay, I guess
So
that's
yeah.
fair.
Science.
Science, we can do things in the name of an atrocity. Like, hey, why is this atrocity on display for everybody?
Thank you for the
Oh,
resub,
it's
Mark.
science.
Science. So yeah, that was my week. Can't wait to be teaching middle school full time next year. Almost
Yeah.
Nice.
Got a nice little taste of it.
Woo woo.
Alright, well, we got a few people in chat. We got everybody here, so we're going to go ahead and get started. To those of you who are new or need a refresher, hello everybody. I'm Kiki, Goggles, Kirsten, whatever you want to call it. I'm voicing Maya, except for Maya is still indisposed, so I will probably be quiet today, but that's who I am.
Hi, I'm E-Man. I voice Phoenix due to contract, well, and also because I love it. And yeah, I'll be voicing Phoenix.
I'm Sam. I'll be voicing Edgeworth, who's prosecuting because the previous prosecutor got shot. Bit of a skill issue, if you ask me, but it's fun.
Oh, I learned that term too. Sorry.
Skill issue.
Yo, you learned about skill issue? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oi, Mark. Oi, George.
Nice.
Nice.
Hey guys, it's Ree. Today I believe Pearl's in this and Old Bag, so I'll be here for both.
I think Old Bag was last time, actually.
Good.
I voiced her for you. I hope I did her justice.
Old Bag has died again.
Oh, you missed out on
Rabies
singing
part
as
two.
Old Bag.
Oh
Spirit
yeah,
disease
yeah,
dies.
you did lose out on the chance to sing his Old Bag. I'm so sorry.
Oh, good. No one needs to hear my singing voice.
Aw.
That's for the shower only.
Hi, I'm Samus around and I'm voicing my soul.
Hi, I'm the Nickel also known as Astrid. I'll be voicing Matt on God, everyone's favorite defendant.
Hell
Everyone's
yeah.
favorite character.
He's a social media influencer, but
That's so true.
he basically is.
With fringe like that, how can you not love him?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Yash, and I won't be voicing anyone again.
Yoshi's voicing my conscience.
I was gonna say,
Ooh, that.
I was gonna say, Yoshi's just voicing that disapproving aura in the background.
Yeah.
True that.
Yosh is like that, like, royal advisor who everybody's like, oh, clearly conspiring, but it's like, no, the royal advisor's actually doing his job and
Yeah.
trying to help. It's like, bro, he's here to help.
I feel like Yoshi should do like his version of the Stanley Parable narrator for this game.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
When Phoenix came to the dependent lobby, he saw one door.
Perfect.
I'm gonna sit on the couch.
Thank goodness he didn't see 9 doors or 9 people.
Oh jeez.
No, Stanley, why are you sitting on the couch? There's nothing there. If I said there's a couch, I would understand, but no, I didn't say that.
Oh, I'm comfy. Oh, it's great. Ah.
I'm
Well, there's
I'm
Blanche.
loving
Thank
the
you,
Phoenix
Charlie.
parable.
Need this
Yeah.
now. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews.
She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife used at dinner, was her.
So after the ceremony during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time.
See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button on in your Hakama.
Glover.
Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her?
Yes, she's the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida.
But why? I thought she was buds with Juan.
She has her own agenda.
Her own agenda? What are you talking about?
I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today.
Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude?
Phoenix. You think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Ooh, I
Yes.
missed a lot of this trial. Okay, I know where we are.
Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it.
Is Juan Corrida the victim of this murder?
And that's why I think Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida. All to get the suicide note back.
That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me.
What? That was just his.
Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts.
It was Edgeworth.
It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. I'm watching you.
Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please.
The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. What is your occupation?
My name is Samus, and I'm a bounty hunter. But I'm also the manager of the defendant, Matt Angardi.
I see. Now then.
Before we begin, do you wanna... I have one request.
Yeah, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing. I would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland.
If the judge was ever a prosecutor... Oh my goodness. Wow, I've said that word so many times and I can't say it now. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relationship to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. This is a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter? Or was it that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. The fuck?
Do you ever pay attention?
No.
But I didn't kill him.
No one is accusing you of that.
Phoenix is like, I am.
I think there's someone who would beg to differ.
I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews.
Very well then, witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
She's killed space aliens. She could totally kill Juan Corrida.
That's so true. Like an Among Us.
Edgeworth, I'm gonna choke
It
you.
was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his. After that, I went to Juan's room. I think I literally just said that. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so poured myself a glass of juice.
You poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yeah. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix. She's one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
Yes, I know.
In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing.
Disrupt her pacing?
Yeah, like you do with just about everyone else. She's the
That's
type of
so
woman who
true.
is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it.
She's a bounty hunter, though.
The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial's over. Understand? Even if she's a bounty hunter.
I
She's got a lot
feel
of weapons.
I feel like Phoenix's instinct to disrupt her would be like she's in the middle of saying a sentence and he just goes, boo!
I was just thinking that, like, guilty says what?
Come again?
And what was Mr. On Guard doing at the time?
He was taking a nap. He was out with many performers as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony.
Mr. On Guard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say he could not have been taken out of his room, yes?
Excuse me? It? What are you...
Right, I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with the subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. On Guard's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object, right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue.
Holy shit.
I just got schooled.
You were, quote, in shock, unquote?
What? Was I not supposed to be?
Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. Despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida.
Correct.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked.
You don't have to be misogynistic now, Edgewell.
Somehow I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
Thank you, Wright.
I can confirm I'm the most beautiful and I'm never shocked.
Wait,
I see.
Judge, what they was implying was the more beautiful you are, the more shocked you would be.
And I was implying this hand upside your head.
Ow!
Ooh.
Shit! Ow. His arm extended like an extendo arm. Ow! Mr. Fantastic, my dome.
Oh,
Ow.
don't talk to me about Mr. Fantastic.
I don't want to
Just call me Stretch Judge Strong.
Check out our store
I
for
see.
that new piece of merch.
He's got like those flaily extending arms under his robe.
Wacky
Yeah,
wacky waving inflatable arm tube judge.
yeah. That's what his robe's arms are like. That's why you never see them. They're always under the desk.
That's so true.
Arms 2017.
Are you saying the judge is built like a Fist of the North Star character?
Oh my god.
The judge is thingy from Assassination Classroom.
Juice? Huh?
Juice?
What's juice? What is
Yeah.
that?
There's a bottle of tomato juice on the table, otherwise known as tomato ketchup, so I helped myself.
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
What?
There were
Come
no
on,
lip
Steve.
marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone had drank from it.
Excuse me, a proper lady drinks her wine glass by pouring it and then drinking straight out of the bottle. Come on.
Can I just point out that in the last 5 minutes we've mentioned naps and juice? Are we like toddlers?
That's so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
and
true.
we're talking about basic sentence structure.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This entire case is just Phoenix going back to school.
This is
This
still
is
Phoenix when
actually an
he's yeah.
educational
This
game.
is still this is Phoenix and Edgeworth when they were like 6 in school. They're just thinking about the future.
Yeah, they're
Next
like in the playground doing like pretend trials.
Yeah.
That's just it.
The judge is just a creepy caretaker.
Next time, come back for typing time with Phoenix Wright.
I used the straw, so there's no lip marks.
You sea turtle killer.
You bought
It
her
was
Black Mesa
It
silly
was a
straw.
metal straw.
I was gonna say, we established earlier that Maya has a collection of silly straws, so she probably just borrowed one from Maya. It was fine.
Ah, okay.
The official
Yeah,
Black Mesa
my-
silly straw.
That's why,
Maya's the one that's killing turtles.
that's why she's in court. She buried it without consent. It's stealing.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corda, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was a complete blank? Fuck, I hate doing this. Is so mean, but I didn't think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today?
Sorry.
Got him.
I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
What one thing?
I'm just using the pronoun game like you used on me earlier that I would have to scold you on. Anyway, it's no big deal.
What was she starting to say just now? Miss Andrews. I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a, quote, mistake, unquote, at the scene of the crime.
And you just call me Andrews again for some reason.
I'm angry. Grr. That's why I said it. What I
Please
really
stop
want to know is...
using the wrong name on me.
What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing.
Did you post
And
cringe
I-
in the crime scene?
No.
I never
Objection,
post
hearsay.
cringe. All of my posts are good. Then I set the glass down on the dresser. I accidentally knocked the flowery vase over.
Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? mess of glass shards?
It was originally on top of the dresser. When I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. We'll only do this like 6 more times.
Only 6.
Only 6.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct?
Yeah,
And you are sure it fell onto the guitar case?
is there some problem with what I said?
It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar
Yeah.
case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testify that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
That's very true.
Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case.
And what is that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
And what is wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case.
What is your point, right? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over.
Oh, Judge, he said it. He said case is closed. We can go home.
Shit. Is that all?
No. Think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case.
But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all.
That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case seems to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
It seems there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
Oh boy. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you.
Hi, Yoshi. Hope you're doing well as well. Thanks for stopping by.
I can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright, alright. I'll follow along. For now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
It's Miss. Never mind. Yes, Your Honor. I don't know too clearly what really because of the bit days. I suppose I must open the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. Not a big deal though, right? The case is empty after all. That's why I opened the case. Even I don't know.
It looks like this really wasn't a very important point.
This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting.
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination.
Using any way to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man.
Damn, that one cut deep past script writing. That's
Was it really empty?
Huh?
I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention.
Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright.
Oh.
Sorry.
You better be.
There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case.
Why would you say that?
It's elementary, my dear.
You.
Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim.
What is it, Miss Andrews?
You shouldn't have seen that. So that difference. Well, I touched the case.
What do you mean?
What if I would tell you what if I would tell you I work at a chemical factory and get this, my fingerprints were burned off. What if? Also my glove.
Why would you be wearing gloves at the time? You weren't cutting a hedge.
She's a bounty hunter.
Or a hedge trimmer.
It was the night of the award ceremony. So it's also dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness is wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
You're wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange, since you weren't on an active bounty job?
Why is that strange? Yeah, something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Or that I didn't work at a chemical factory?
I have your proof right here. This wine glass.
The
You
what?
left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. You can't burn your fingerprint. Couldn't have burned them off. They're there.
Right there.
Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice. Wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? You put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case?
Oh, good thing you had a spare.
Order! Order! Order!
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. I didn't doubt you for 1 second.
Hmm? What do you mean?
mean that you fucked
I
up in the
believe that.
past.
I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. I mean, look at it. Just screams evidence.
I feel like Phoenix would be absolutely terrible at DIY and wouldn't know which end of a hammer to hit the nail with.
That's true.
Probably. But it's... Hold on, before I... Do you know who would be amazing at DIY but never talks about it? Gumshoe.
That's so
Oh my
true.
gosh, yes.
Well, I feel like Gumshoe would just like knock up birdhouses in his spare time.
He would.
Yeah, be like,
Absolutely.
Like,
you
what
go-
else are you
I mean,
gonna do
isn't
when
he, like-
you're like so close to just being unemployed?
Yeah.
you go around his place and his front room's just a carpentry showroom.
It's just full of like different blue badges with animatronics in.
That's right. He made the fucking blue badger thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, he canonically does do DIY.
He made his own coat as well.
Oh my god.
he sews it back together instead of buying a new
He
one.
can't afford a new
Buddy.
coat. He just like recycles the threads.
Oh my god. Poor Gumshoe.
Shoot. Anyways. But
Gumshoe,
it's,
the most developed character in this game.
but it's just an empty case.
I wonder if it really was empty, though.
But the guitar. The bright red guitar was at the studio.
Well,
Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions.
he's been doing a lot of presumption in this case.
Very much. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar.
When does he not make presumptions?
You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? White! Wait, that's not right either.
Phoenix is completely hopeless.
You're right. It was a black guitar. What?
Here I was hoping it would be a blue guitar.
Oh, maybe it's a green guitar, so it's over a green screen, and they can change the color of it.
Ooh, that's
then-
sick.
And then
No,
like
they can give it the chatter pattern thing where it's like as it moves across the screen, the pattern sticks. with it.
Yes!
Yo!
That would be sick!
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. Almost as unnatural as Phoenix. Haha, got him.
I'm
So
gonna
the-
cry.
So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case.
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court down an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided...
Objection. Hearsay.
No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place.
But the case is still open. We didn't close the case yet.
I'm hoping it will be closed soon. I thought the keyword would work if I said it this time.
I like
However,
case.
what?
I really
like-
hope we don't go. Sorry.
I like case close. I really like Detective Conan.
Watch party?
Nice.
I really hope we don't go into another investigation. I mean, that'd be crazy.
We would never do that.
Mia, we literally can't afford that right now.
And if you want
Oh yeah, shit, my sister's in trouble.
We'll be
Yeah.
meeting your sister soon if we don't end this now.
Anybody want a lunch break?
No.
Wait,
About
what's
3
that?
hours.
Free tacos outside? Oh god, guys, we gotta go.
Mia, come back.
Oh,
Well,
good to see you,
Pearl.
Phoenix.
No, it's Pearl at that point. Pearl's completely taken over.
I've got Phoenix's
I'm in
wallet.
control now.
I've got
Joke's on
Phoenix's
you.
wallet.
My wallet's fucking empty.
But these credit cards aren't.
Shit.
Oh, that's that plastic thing I found.
It
Oh,
says
no.
Scan it wherever I want.
it says the owner is Charlie the plant.
Charlie's got a better credit score than anyone in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has just some relation to the murder.
If you are so sure, right, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why this guitar case has anything at all to do with the murder.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Can you?
Well, let's suppose for a second, that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. Maybe, sort of.
Bright red guitar not being the only thing.
Yeah.
You don't mean to suggest that there was a bright black guitar, do you?
So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, Mr. Wright?
I wouldn't say something I didn't pretend. I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
I've got it. There was a tiny
That head of
contortionist.
yours, you haven't proven anything yet.
There's a tiny contortionist in the guitar case, and that was the real killer.
Oh, I knew it.
Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder?
That's a good question.
This is a photograph.
Look
Yes,
at
but what
this.
is important is in that picture, Your Honor.
It's Nickelback.
In this picture,
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is... inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Right, are you saying the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything that could support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the
All
end,
by
she managed to
school.
get this shot, correct?
You mean this photo? Order! Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? I swear that's all we do here.
Yeah.
Nice job, Phoenix.
Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
That's not a strategy.
Yeah, it is.
It's like calling button mashing a strategy. It's not a strategy.
She's
Shit.
It's a
mashing.
totally legit strategy, thank you very much.
Call it what it is.
One more
Bullshit.
outburst like that and I'll have you removed.
He's mashing.
He's throwing out raw level 3 supers, what the fuck?
The only
He's
move I
mashing.
know is Hadouken, and I just spam that, okay? So the
Your
real
Honor.
murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Wait 1 second, Your Honor. You're a projectile spammer?
If you have a problem with the Atala Hadouken you right now,
The Nicholas Samurai costume would have been Mr. Matt Onguard's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case, of all places.
True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts.
Why?
Maybe safe
Why
before
does
this one.
any...
I'm not sure.
Why does anyone want to hear what Phoenix thinks at any point in time?
Ouch, man, that hurt.
I just can't believe that Phoenix has thoughts, to be honest.
This hurts so much. You're all hurt.
Hey, it was Sam yesterday, it's Phoenix today.
I think it may have been stolen from Mr. Onguard.
Stolen? But why would someone do such a thing?
Why would people steal?
That's a crime!
It's illegal! People can't do that!
Why would anyone do illegal things?
Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show. And so, if he didn't have his costume, then Mr. Onguard would be forced to go naked.
Oh my.
Maybe you should be stripped naked and run out for making a mockery of this court.
Worryingly not the first time today that Edgeworth has told Phoenix to be naked.
Yeah, I think Edgeworth probably wants to see that.
Maybe you'll take my advice, guys.
Excuse me? Ooh.
Mr. Matt Onguard did not take his costume off after the award ceremony.
Meanwhile, during this entire time, Mia's trying to push Pearl down so she can't hear any of this or understand what it is. She's like, don't come in here. Don't.
He even
don't
testified that he took a nap while still wearing the costume.
Phoenix, what's Nike?
Is this not correct?
Yeah, he did say something like that, didn't he? Yeah, well.
That's what I thought. Let's try that one more time, shall we, Mr. Wrong? Mr. Wrong, the court would like to hear your thoughts, sadly. What was this Nickel Samurai doing inside the costume doing inside the guitar case?
Mr. Onguard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one.
What?
What?
Are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes in the Gatewater Hotel?
Yes, that is what I am saying.
My god, 2 costumes. What a concept. And how do you explain a costume that was inside the guitar case?
It would mean the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose.
But everyone knows you have 3 costumes, a spare and a spare for your spare. The victim, Mr. Corridor, was the jamming ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
And therein lies the sticking point.
What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?
Pee pee poo poo.
He's 50% in a monologue.
Huh? No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
All right, this is what I think. It's just a monkey banging cymbals together.
Yeah.
The reason the victim brought the nickel samurai spirit costume to the hotel was...
What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show... Gusto, right.
Gusto.
The nickel samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the nickel samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
Is it that he's a murderer?
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right?
Aha!
You're not making up a guy and getting mad at him.
Grrr. But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ongard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, that can only mean one thing. The conference was set up
By Phoenix Wright.
by none other than Phoenix Wright. No, wait, no. By none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corda himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spared nickel samurai costume was prepared for this very conference. Mr. Corda was going to hold the press conference as the, quote, nickel samurai, unquote.
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Yeah.
Which means that Juan Corda, posing as the nickel samurai, was going to speak about Matt Ongard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. Very obviously.
But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure. That's illegal. People can't do that.
Since when did we care about technicalities in this court?
Since
Alright,
when did we
fair
care
enough.
about anything legal in this court?
That's so true. Alright,
Sorry, I was checking my phone.
give me your phone.
No phones in the
No.
courtroom. Pass it to the teacher. Miss Andrews?
Just because I'm on my phone doesn't mean you can't. Never mind. I can see why you oppose of what you do.
Pardon me?
Yeah, just as you say. The press conference was set up by Juan.
Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one here to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
You?
Juan had bet everything on jamming Ninja this year. And if he lost a Grand Prix, the others thought Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway.
He was going to ruin him, huh?
Sabotage, like in Among Us.
Sam, I'm gonna hurt you.
Judge is now just like got sabotaged by the Beastie Boys playing on repeat in his head.
It looked like somehow Palpatine returned, and Juan had
Oh
in
my
his hand a
god.
secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
The secret is
What?
that Matt's name is actually Matthew. And do you know what this secret of Mr. Engardi's is, Miss Andrews?
Finally, someone said his name correctly. That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what that is.
Ah, I see.
I mean, coming off quite tough to everyone.
Yes.
That's to be expected, especially from me, the imposter from Among Us. The hit indie game released 2018. I've been trying to protect Matt after all.
Protect Mr. Ongard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could please tell us the truth about your behaviour.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had tried to kill Juan no matter what. Man had done it, and he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him.
This does account for everything.
Well, I am the logical type.
We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit.
If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine, Mr. Wright.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Like, the gravity just got changed with it. Power up. Yeah.
But didn't you earlier testify that Mr. Ongard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Ongard?
Not anything of the sort. When I went again from the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. For some reason. I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however.
The judge is glaring straight at me. What? Straight at me?
He's glaring at you, you smartass.
Damn, frickin' phase in their mind reading. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time.
Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it?
This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Onguard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Corda planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Onguard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant.
This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. And please stop slandering the witness.
Oh, sorry. As I expected, Miss
No,
Andrews'
that's Phoenix.
testimony-
Oh wait,
This is
hold on,
Phoenix's
that is my
line.
Holy crap!
Phoenix
Holy
is suddenly
crap,
sounding a
that's
lot
my
more feminine.
That was my bad. Holy crap! I was like, oh cool, Mia's talking here. Well, as I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid.
Really? Because to me it sounds a little wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy? Oh, I guess. We'll see if I press a little more.
But you'll need to be strong. Decisive evidence to make her talk. Oh, you'll need strong decisive evidence not to be strong.
Got it, Chief. I don't like the phrasing of this mind of thought. I'm gonna be like Ridley. Rawr!
Please don't do that.
You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
Phoenix, I swear to God, what are you doing now? What about the button?
The button?
It's clear from the crime scene the victim had murder before. And during the fight, the killer ripped the buttons on the Gamin Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
That button was found in the fleet of Matt Hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes it pretty decisive evidence.
Looks like you're outfoxed again, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony.
Can't stand the sight of a man. That's the end of that sentence.
That was good.
I think Mia agrees.
Thank goodness Mia
Based
can
on
still
what
look
she's
at me.
given you.
With an icy stare, yes.
Damn, the mind reading.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Do you want to see my badge?
This is the victim's autopsy report.
We're just
Clearly
now
state-
getting to the autopsy report.
It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf.
What?
Strangulation? What?
The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it. Which would mean that it was ripped off the costume when
After the knife was stabbed into the victim.
exactly, which means it's impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews, aka Samus Aran. There is no way this button was
Finally,
ripped off
someone
during the
said my
struggle.
name correctly.
This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body.
Order! What is the meaning?
What is the meaning of this, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So what if the button was turned off the body after the victim had already died?
It's just
What does that
fun.
chick?
I don't know, it's a little funny. Let me ask you one simple
Damn
question,
it.
Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. Wright, does this mean? Does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do to the button? What was it?
There was only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants.
Hey, we're not here to king shame.
Not... Judge, you're a freak.
Bitch, you love it.
No. Well, anyways, that's right. Mr. On Guard was set up. By the real killer, of course.
And the real murder is... Surely I should have said murderer, but okay. Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then?
Finally. Can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point.
I can't believe it either. Phoenix, you can't just let your guard down, not until the very end.
The real killer.
Oh yeah.
My words. Be stolen. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard, is...
First it is Mia, then the judge taking Phoenix's words.
Yep.
Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you. I picked a different Nintendo property to hit you with. You are Mr. Corda's killer.
Well, I guess I did team up with Pikachu and... Okay.
Does that mean the move had stab damage?
Oh my god.
Order, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
This is a very grave matter, because there's a man in a grave. Haha. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
We've been trying to do the whole time.
Any evidence?
What the...
You
yeah.
think I'm Stalin?
Are you fucking kidding me?
All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews.
It does?
Well, how foster? Don't stick any of that on me.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
Damn.
Okay.
Alright
Mom.
then. I can test you. What's 9 plus 10?
Ha! 21.
Is it not- like those kids' knives for like Play-Doh and stuff. Why does the knife look like that?
It does.
It's gaudy and it's gold.
On guard
It
can't be
just-
trusted with a real knife.
I'm sorry, Mr. White. What was your answer again?
9 plus 10? 21.
Yeah. Correct. You get full marks. And what about this knife?
Damn, I thought it was 90.
No.
The knife was used to stab the victim after he'd already been strangled to death. It was used to throw Mr. On guard. No, it was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. On guard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could be only taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you.
Oh.
Where does she keep getting all of these glasses from?
Costco.
Found
I
it
have,
a lot of money.
and like, there's someone like next to the podium that's just having glasses up to me. They know I keep losing them. Then,
It's Gumshoe, he made them himself.
what? Yeah. So I didn't know his name. Sorry. What about the person that was found in Matt's Otama?
His button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. On Guard was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such an incriminating evidence in his own Hakama.
She doesn't even break them. They just like break on their own.
The only person who could have put this button into Mr. On Guard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews.
Enough. That sounds good. What about the empty guitar case?
That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews.
Are you saying she's a shiny guitar?
That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews.
No, it's Samus. I give up.
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
That's right.
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there is this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on earth would believe this nickel samurai is Mr. On Guard. He'd be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also you're also kind of short in stature, are you? Are you not?
He's well,
Phoenix kind of seems like he'd be a short guy.
Talking up to the defendant. Don't look down on me. It's kind of hard not to. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews?
um,
When Pearl met Phoenix, she asked him what grade he was in.
I've got her this time.
Miss Andrews?
I refuse to testify.
What?
But what was that?
There's a law. It's a can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate.
Since when did the law matter in this courtroom?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. By allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. But surely that's just basically saying I'm guilty if they choose to do that.
What? How am I surprised by this information? What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Ungard's room.
Oh.
Oh shit. Adrian Andrews.
You sound different.
I have a cold, I'm sorry.
Why are you Russian?
I don't know, I can't do a German accent, okay? Fuck it, I'm just gonna say it normally. Eli doesn't do it, I don't have to do it.
Yeah?
Think hard about what we just discussed, understood? Yoshi.
Oh, sorry?
I did not
That was
see that
awful.
Franziska had a flashback here.
That's okay, I wouldn't have woken her up for 2 lines anyways, so...
That's it. That's when Franziska planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad.
You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done?
What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence?
Your mom.
What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer has proven up to this point is meaningless.
What?
Everything you have proven is circumstantial.
Circumstantial.
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corda.
Apologies for that unspectacular display earlier. I had a mouthful of cookies. Now, Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corridor?
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself. So I will abstain from answering.
But, Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's enough to prove it either way. Besides, You never know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
Thank you, Yoshi, for clipping my Russian moment. That's very kind of you.
I mean, murder's a bit of a given, isn't it, surely?
No, she's taken that defiant attitude again that she's known for on her bounty hunting missions. Mia, what should we do?
Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation.
Again.
Oh shit. Adrian Andrews.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time.
Who was watching my clip?
Yeah, Mog, I think your mic picked up watching the clip.
I was having
Everyone
a,
else
oh, I was
goes
having a,
to
I was
my
having a
nothing.
flashback.
It's so good. Oops.
It was a flashback, okay? Leave me alone. Don't judge. That we have them at my age.
Your life flashing before your eyes.
Yep, in real time. That's why I'm so old. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify. And the defense's theory is that she is the actual murderer. Has not been fully substantiated with solid, definitive proof.
But that's not true.
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do. Everyone slap Phoenix time.
Okay.
That's so true.
And that is to declare a recess. My favourite Disney show.
Oh, that was a good show.
Recess?
You never watched it? No wonder why you're a simpleton.
Damn.
I request that both the prosecution and the defence look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial, the Edgeworth doesn't die.
Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial.
What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then my,
Hmm?
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you...
It is true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there is one little thing I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes, and
I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually, when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice.
This case is all sorts of
oh, I
goofy.
get the reference. And my actions were unusual. But I've already...
Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
Just testify? Sorry, I'm falling asleep.
Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again.
Hello, Robbie. First time chatter. Maybe she found multiple dead bodies and got toughened up. Just a justification. I don't know the character. Maybe, Samus has probably seen a lot of death in her life, you know?
Yeah, this is
She's
Samus
probably caused
Aran.
a
This
lot
is
of
like the
deaths.
toughest girl in the galaxy.
I love how everyone calls us spammers outside of the actual dialogue.
It's easier to. It's much easier to when you're not reading a
As to
script.
what happened when
Yeah.
she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he a friend or foe? I just don't know.
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please.
True that, Robbie. Everything implicates everyone here, because it's a legal hellscape.
It's a legal hellscape.
Like glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And one, he was sitting slumped over and sad looking in the corner. So him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead that didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something. So I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the whole vase over.
So you poured a glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I did think I needed to include something so trivial.
Bless you?
The whole point of like every trial in this game is like, oh, I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial that ends up being like the decisive fucking piece of evidence.
That's Phoenix right for you.
After it took
Yeah.
Yep.
after it takes about 4 hours of back and forth to get to that
Yeah,
one pin
yeah.
thing.
It's like the Columbo, and just one more thing.
Just one more thing I want to ask you about.
Phoenix, please be careful here.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll figure it out.
Will you? Will you? You sure you got this?
Yeah, I'm kind of an ace detective now.
Thanks, Robbie. Yeah, sorry, we're trying to do the best we can here. This is all very immature.
Good.
I'll be careful. Don't worry.
You can't find anything wrong with his testimony, then there's nothing left.
I know.
If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, you need to go back to lawyer.
I like to picture Phoenix as like just his face is contorted into Columbo. Like he aged a lot. He just looks like it's Phoenix up until like the neck, and then it's just Columbo's head.
Yep.
Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
Life is like a hurricane.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination for like the 20th time today.
Hey, Mr. Wright, why does your face look like that?
He can't help it. Don't judge him.
Maybe he's born with it, or maybe it's just his face.
Maybe it's Columbo.
Everyone's being mean.
It's Phoenix Lean.
So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
No.
No, not at all.
Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body?
He's a little
Yeah,
bit
that
of a
is-
gamer.
That's pretty.
it's kind of hard to ignore. Aw, he's just method acting.
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor?
No!
There's a knife sticking out of Mr. Corda's chest.
Maybe that's
Nah.
always there.
Anyone who saw the scene, anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that the here was a dead man.
Maybe he should have better armor.
That's, well, you see,
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted,
I beg to
and then,
differ.
and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
I think Phoenix would do it.
Phoenix would. He wouldn't even realise that they're fainting, he just think that they're being quiet. Your point
can we-
is?
I don't have one.
Can we talk about the time when he actually stumbled into a murder that just occurred involving the person standing next to him on the defense stand? I don't
No.
think Phoenix. No, we just forgot that. Judge, I
When
will
did
not take
Pearl
this.
murder someone?
No, no, Phoenix. I need the sprite of Phoenix with his head in his hands.
I haven't seen Charlie for a while. Is that where he went?
No.
Charlie.
Pearl overwatered him and it murdered him?
Yep. It's like
Going off the rails.
House of Little Shop of Horrors.
Mean and green.
She's like, oh, this plant needs more
That was a
water,
good
and then gave him some
reference.
Pepsi.
But no, I'm normally one jumping on Phoenix slander, but I will not stand for that. That he has demonstrated with one of the few times he's demonstrated it's wrong that like he can identify a corpse.
Phoenix, how dare
Miss
you
Andrew.
know what you're doing?
Miss Andrews.
That's actually like the top of his list of skills on his CV. Corpse recognition.
Your testimony just now. It was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer.
You are the killer.
I missed the circus.
I don't.
Skill issue.
It looks like the defense has
That
somehow
is a
brought the
skill
ugly truth
issue.
to light. The defendant, Mr. Matangardi, is not guilty after all.
But that's impossible. Wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He was the one who killed Juan.
But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so is that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because
Miss Andrews, I'll give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify.
Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Met Ungardi's innocence has clearly been demonstrated.
Is it over?
It's never over.
Have we found the truth at last?
The end is never the end is never the end.
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. Now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matangardi.
Knew it.
Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
And there it is.
God damn it, I wanted my lunch.
I like to picture the judge has like
The
built
reason
oh,
is
sorry,
quite simple.
the judge has built like a defensive reflex. He's like, I'm gonna hand down my verdict, and he like starts eyeing up everybody on both stands, and he's like in a fighting stance, like
He's just like pointing at his eyes and then pointing at everyone.
he's like, gonna pass it down.
At this
Gonna
point,
do it.
he's gonna turn into like male Von Karma and just be like, "I'm going to pass this down, and nobody's going to fucking stop me." And he just does it anyway.
I'm making fucking mac and cheese, and nobody can stop me.
Oh my god,
Man.
that's what I'm eating.
Judge,
I'm-
I'm looking at Noodles and Company later for today.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm
Oh.
judge, jury, and executioner. There's a reason my surname is Dread.
Oh my god, I am the law.
Law.
I just thought of an AU where it's fucking Von Karma as the judge, and that sounds
Oh,
terrifying.
God.
I need
You are
that now.
guilty.
The witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth.
That was my Yosh Karma impression. The absolute real truth. What are you?
Witness, don't you understand yet? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence,
You're going to wreck
Matt
yourself.
on guard will go free, and in his place,
Thanks for the follow, Rebby.
you will become the guilty party.
That's a lie. I don't believe you.
What?
I was told if I spoke then it will be all over, and Matt will never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
Yeah,
Speak about it, I'm too scared.
It's Franziska von Karma.
Huh?
Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
Then, right now, Miss Andrews is.
Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma.
oh yeah, baby.
Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt on guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now and is clinging to them.
Then what should we do?
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That is my only priority.
I'm begging you, please, I think kill Juan. Oh, please, someone help me.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
the court can't continue like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about it. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime.
Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious?
Junko and Oshima.
Oh no.
Again?
Why can we go without Danganronpa?
Sorry.
There's no one else that could be except the crying woman over there, right?
Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
A miserable pile of secrets.
No matter what she says, Miss Andrews is the only person it could be. Not to mention, I don't have a choice. I have to win a complete acquittal today. Your Honor. The defense believes there's enough evidence to substantiate our claim. Therefore, we motion that this court passes a verdict of not guilty as soon as possible.
I'm disappointed in you, Wright. What have you learned in this past year?
None.
Not much.
That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong.
No, he's right. Not wrong.
Shut up,
What a
Ian.
shame.
Huh?
I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
Oh,
Mr. Edgeworth?
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness.
what?
And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past.
Please. Oh,
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here.
but
Sorry, I didn't mute myself in time for the sneeze.
It's all good.
That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
please, don't let that people find out. If people find out, right? Well,
If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me.
Edgeworth, how can you be so cold and heartless?
However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do. So, will you tell the court yourself, or should I? Either's fine with me.
help, please, help me. Nothing matters anymore. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. I realized he was dead. That's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife, and ripped off the bottom. When I finished, I returned to Matt's room. I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume.
Stabbed the body with the knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? Pin the blame on a certain person. A thousand cowardly man.
What do you mean by all of this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth.
You'll kill his past, but like of a man, I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
Last time?
So Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt Ongard for the murder. And this is her crime. I'm not sure why crime is in quotation marks, because that very well is still a crime.
Desecration of a corpse and perjury.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say tampering
Perverting
with the crime
justice.
scene.
Yep, evidence tampering.
Yeah, there's like at least 3 crimes there,
Yeah.
That's quite a few years to be put away for it.
even if it's not murder.
How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence a cross-examination.
Phoenix Ray has a paper bag. He's going.
Phoenix reacting like a React channel.
He's doing the big reactive face, like, what?
Oh my god!
You'll never believe what happened. Anyways, but you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say you did not know when he was dead? Did not know he was dead?
He had password around his neck. Also part of the Demi Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it. It was strange. It was also tilted down a bit so I couldn't see his face so well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice.
What is this plan you had?
I knew right away the murder was Matt. He used just one. He was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point in the world. Matt did this to one and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this file on Matt.
So the
Oh, look,
forged
another
pieces of
very
evidence
legal
were
thing.
the knife and the button.
First thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. I guess that's the end of my sentence. I didn't think we were going to say another line, but I guess not.
That was so you could get the knife, correct?
Knife I've used for dinner, and there's fingerprints all over it. What if I used that, then the police would tell me to the knife. Napping with his costume at the time. I swept him, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. Then I stabbed one dead body of the dog. Never mind. I said that already.
Okay, but do you know what's silly to me about that? Even if like she wrapped it or whatever to hide her fingerprints, it would then wipe his fingerprints.
Yeah, that is kind of a weird.
So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife.
This knife?
Gives me goosebumps. Think about it now. The horrible thing I did. But at the time I couldn't quite control it. Moved on its own. And when I stabbed that body, I realized something. I used the button somehow to make That's even more suspect.
So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Onguard's Hakama.
Yes, that's what I plan to do. Instead of going that smoothly, too.
An inconvenience?
As a one with the camera already, once you're in the normal way.
I'm just willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta.
A lot of women of a gun have already pacing back and forth.
That's Miss Allbag for you.
I had already been pulled and made into a big scoop of stuff. I played one. But I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took some global studio. I also been the one in our case the day before he was funny.
You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes. Well, I wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. Of course, this was my big secret now.
And what is this secret?
That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave one room in the Nickel Samurai costume, I think Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about it.
I think we've heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. On Guard's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hakama? Yeah. After that, I folded up the costume and I was wearing and put it in the bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word, what does all this mean?
Mr. Hedgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Ingardi. Yesterday, the woman prosecutor sent me down for assault.
Franziska, huh?
Said that I should, under no circumstances, confront what I had done. If I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her word.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still...
Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. We couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
You're a butt. Miss
Damn.
Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
Damn.
Nice
chair-
chair.
You
That chair
teleported.
That chair is much thinner than I thought it would be. Like narrower.
Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth?
What is it?
Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand, it's had my interest for quite some time now.
What exactly?
What exactly is it?
Oh, this? Mr. Wood asked me about this. Oh, I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in a room on the day.
The room? With Tommy Wiseau?
That day.
Yeah, but not the time he was over him. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. He was lying there right next to him.
You found that card? Next to the victim's body?
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right?
Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry!
Edgeworth?
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly, yet inadvertently done? This? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time!
I didn't mean to.
What is it all about?
Never seen Edward so emotional before. That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean?
Edgeworth's credit card?
Next time on Ace Attorney. Well, next time on Justice for All.
Man, we've been doing so good with the timing on these here lately, man.
So true. Yeah, finished right on the dot.
Yeah, that is like we're getting so good at this. And we even had some like asides there and everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yoshi's actually happy today for us.
It rarely happens, but today it did.
Yes.
He's a proud mama bird.
Proud Mama Frost laughs.
Alrighty, well thank you guys so much for joining us today. It was a fun.
Thank you for hosting.
Yes, it was a fun time. Thank you to everybody who stopped by. Hopefully we'll be back next week or in 3 weeks. I can't do the 12th. I know that for sure.
Or in 2 years.
Or in 2
It
years,
might be 2 weeks. I've got company coming this Thursday.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, well keep us informed. So it'll either be the 3rd or it'll be the 19th.
If you can't make it, Kiki, can we get that Russian lass who turned up for a bit?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Oh my god, she's back.
You know, sometimes she just pops up randomly.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it'll either be, well, not the 3rd, it's like the 5th or yeah, the 5th, I think. So it'll either be the 5th or the 19th. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully by the 19th we will have everything organized. So keep an eye out. You can always join us in the Discord if you want to know. My Discord command is not working apparently, so oh well.
You broke it.
I
There is
did.
no more Discord.
Yeah, oops.
There is no Discord.
Let's see if it likes a mod doing it. Nope. Okay.
Dang. Okay. Well,
Well, I tried.
yeah, that's just how it goes. But hopefully we'll see you guys then. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.